Hi, this is Charles, and this is the ChangeVlog. Today, we're reaching the third topic of the ChangeVlog. I'm going to touch a little bit on the emotional health. Um, Life is difficult right now, even though it's been a year. I don't think I ever get used to my kids' parents. Being separated and them not having both parents at the same time. Right now, their mother has moved back to New York State, where we're originally from. She is living out there, and for the summer they have gone for 6 weeks to New York to visit her and her parents, their grandparents, and spend some time out there with her. It's hard. This past weekend was 3 weeks. We're halfway through. We're almost to 4 weeks. I will get to see them this weekend, as I'm going back to New York to visit some old friends and go to a wedding. But it's hard. It's really hard being away from your kids, especially when you're used to having them there. You're used to this time of year, going on family vacations with the 5 of you, and now it's just you all alone in the house. Very difficult to get used to. One person in a 3-bedroom home. Your kids' rooms are empty. You get to talk to them on the phone once or twice a day at the most, and it's difficult. It's really difficult, and that is something that's really emotional for me, and something that's really hard to get used to. And it, to be honest, it brings back constant feelings from when I first discovered the affair and went through the separations. Like sometimes it'll trigger anger in me. Sometimes it'll trigger sadness. I'll get down, maybe a little depressed. Other times, I try to enjoy it. I try to go find things that I normally maybe couldn't do with 3 kids running around the house. But that's hard to do, because that's not the lifestyle that I've conditioned myself to live in for the past 10 years. And that's not the life that I was reaching for. That wasn't part of my long-term goal, is to be a single individual person. I was really pushing and making all the decisions to be part of 5. I wanted to be one of 5. And now that this has changed, emotionally it's very difficult, and I'm constantly working on myself to heal and to figure out different ways to cope with that. So, little insight on what today is about, and I'll share more with you in a little bit. So part of the emotional health, is moving on and moving past and making changes in your life sometimes and that kind of stuff. So this is kind of pathetic and sad, but here I am a year later, and there's certain changes I just haven't made yet, like simple changes. So like for instance, when she moved out, we took the plates and the bowls and stuff that we were currently using, and we just kind of split them up, and she took half to her apartment, and I left half here, and we never resolved that. And the plates happened to belong to her grandmother. They were passed down to us to be kept in the family, thinking that eventually it would go on to our daughters as well, stuff like that. But here I am a year later, and I'm still using her grandmother's bowls and plates. So today, on the way home from work, after I talked to you earlier, I stopped at the store and I bought new plates, new bowls, those kind of things, new glasses. So I'm going to pack up her things tonight. I'm going to New York this weekend, like I said earlier, for a wedding, and I'll stop to see the kids while I'm there, and I can hand her a box with her grandmother's plates and bowls. And I think that's a huge step towards making changes and moving past and getting rid of those little things that are constant reminders of a past world that just doesn't exist anymore. That making positive changes, picking out things that I like, and accepting the fact that those things aren't ours anymore. That we've actually entered a world that this belongs to her and this belongs to me. which is very different, because if there's anybody out there that's married or has been married, you really try to condition yourself so that everything you own is both of yours. Um, and this is new to me. Even a year after the whole thing started, I'm still getting used to the idea of mine versus hers, and not having that partner and not sharing in that way. So, yeah, so that's what I did after work today. I'm gonna go ahead and grab something to eat. I'm gonna start editing yesterday's vlog, and then I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Okay, so it's getting kind of late. I'm actually out. It's a beautiful night. Figured I'd get some extra calorie burn by taking a little walk, about a mile or so before bedtime, get that metabolism running so that you don't eat dinner, sit on the couch, and then just let it all sit there and gain fat. So again, I'm gonna go for a little walk. Um, one of the things about the emotional health is there's no true way to measure it. I mean, with the financial stability, um, if I've got money in my bank account, you can see it. Emotional health is just up and down constantly, and I do see a counselor still. I think the spiritual growth ties a lot into the emotional health, at least for me. Tomorrow we're going to touch a little bit on that, um, but it's something that I constantly work on. Discuss things with my counselor. I ask for homework all the time. My counselor kind of laughs at me, but in a good way. Uh, you know, Giving me homework, things that I can do in my free time, especially right now while my kids are gone um, with their mother. I can use this time to grow and become a better person, and that's important to me. So today was tough, talking about a little bit of the personal stuff of, you know, swapping over plates, which seems like a simple thing, but again, when you're used to sharing and you're used to having a different mentality, it all plays with your emotions and takes a toll on you. So there's many other stories emotionally, um, and I'll share those as we go along in the vlog, and continue to heal, and I'll tell you about activities that I do for my counseling and the homeworks that my counselor gives me. And I think it'd be cool to share that with you guys. And I hope that maybe something I do will resonate with someone out there who's going through the same thing. And if anybody ever has any suggestions that says, hey, I went through what you did and this really helped me, I'd love to hear it, because I'm always looking for ways to heal, looking for ways to grow and become a better person. So this concludes a new day of the Change Vlog. Um, I hope to see you all again in the future, and good night for now.